we go, we're live. Um, as usual, I got home from work, started a live. We'll see how it goes, how many people we get, and yeah, we'll see where the chat leads us. If you folks have any comments, topics, questions, anything like that, feel free to leave them in the comments, obviously, and we'll go through them and we'll discuss things. And as per usual, or since yesterday, I tested it a few times. We are doing a live stream like this, so horizontally is not an option um, because the vertical stream gets views, and the horizontal one, even though in my opinion would be better because then you would see much better and much more of the background, which is nice if I do so say myself, since it's a lot of greenery. It's not going to happen because, yeah, horizontal streams are just not getting viewers, probably because when you're on your device, it's much easier to look at the stream when it's vertical. I'm guessing that's the reason, but I tested it multiple times, and whenever the stream was horizontal, it got 0 views, no matter how long it lasted. And these, even if they get just a few views, like 15, 20 views, they would start from like minute 3. So that's basically what I'm testing every time we get to the 3rd minute. And then if we get viewers and if we get comments and stuff like that, we can have different discussions, and we'll see where it leads us. So yeah, that's pretty much it, just the intro, and I'll keep testing this from time to time, and if for some reason it changes and we get horizontal view to get views, then that's what we'll do, because I would say that's better for everybody. This way I need to hold, as you can see, it's a bit shaky sometimes, so I need to hold the phone, and if it's horizontal, then I wouldn't need to do that, but it is what it is. JW Farm Life says hi, hello there. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being active in the chat. By the way, Farm Life, pretty cool. I like farms in general. Not that I live on one, but it's pretty nice being there. Like Clarkson's Farm as well. Cool show. Neptune Kitty says hi, hello there. Neptune Kitty, thank you for joining us, and thank you for liking the video, and thank you for subscribing. Neptune Kitty says subbed, so thank you very much for that. Subscribers help a lot. Lovely Ramolo says hi, hello there. JW Farm Life also subbed, thank you very much. Subs help a lot. It helps the channel grow, helps me, and hopefully gets us to a better position where we can have better videos and everything. Whoa, the chat is exploding at the moment. I'm trying to keep up, so apologies for maybe not reading everything right away. Hang with Piper, show me the view. Well, here it is. I wish I could do the horizontal one, but here's the view, Piper. Up from there and all the way there. Hopefully it's a nice enough view for you folks. I keep mentioning this, if I could keep the stream with a horizontal view, you could see much more of the view, and that would be nice, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, that is not possible. But thank you for the comment, Piper. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be able to show you more hopefully soon as well. Lovely Romolo says I subscribed. Thank you very much for subscriptions. Helps the channel grow, helps me, and hopefully will help me later on to get even better content. So thank you for that. If you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved is from Terry Carmdon, if I pronounce that right. So there you go. That's your comment has been read. What's your favorite food from unknown? Well, my favorite food. Ooh, I've got a lot. I love food, but it changes. Like if I keep eating one type of food, then my choice changes. I guess that's the same with everybody. But I like a lot of fruit. I like um, chicken, turkey, fish, like some clean meats, I guess, and I like a steak as well. But I like to have like a colorful plate, which would mean like there should be some nice meat and a colorful salad, if possible. Maybe some sweet potatoes, stuff like that. It's for fast food, I'd say like pizza would be my go-to. Um, but I try and eat healthy and then eat some junk food every now and again, but not too much. Um, Hang with Piper said hi, so thank you for that, Piper. Is it so? This is so calming, to be honest, from Neptune Kitty. Glad you say that, and I'm happy to hear that. It's a bit loud at the moment because there's a train that you don't see, but there's like, see that building over there? The train tracks are right there somewhere, and sometimes trains go by and they are quite loud because they're a bit older trains, and so I'm sorry for that, but when there's no trains, it is kind of peaceful. And sometimes you could hear some birds, but today is a bit too hot, so maybe not too many birds today. But nice that it's calming. I was going for that type of an effect with this background or with this location. Um, Unknown says, "What's?" Oh, sorry, that's I already read that. It got away from me. Hi, Daves. Nice to see you. Where are you from, by the way? Um, I can tell you right away, and or you could guess. So if you want to guess, let me know, and I'll give you the first clue. It's somewhere in Europe. If you don't want to guess, I'll tell you the country right away. So yeah, that looks so good, says Neptune Kitty. Happy to hear that. Glad you enjoy the view. It is a nice view, and especially at night, it helps because not the view per se, but it helps because it's quite cool here because of all this greenery, and then summer nights are much more bearable, nicer, and if you can see like the stars at night, that's awesome as well. But yeah, it's a nice relaxing view if someone works from home here and watches this view. It is much more bearable to work from home that way. I guess less stress and stuff. So yeah, glad you folks like it. That's why I'm not doing it like inside with just a wall behind me. I'm trying to give you folks a pretty view, as pretty as I can make it without me too much in the shot. Justin is here again, says hi again. Hello, Justin. We were talking yesterday, and glad to see you back in the chat. Thank you for being with us once again. Did you ever travel to some place in Asia? Asks V for Vendetta. I have never been to Asia. I would love to go to Thailand and many other Asian countries, Japan and China and all kinds of countries in Asia. It would be really nice. I have a few friends. I have a friend from Japan, a few friends from China, and I would love to visit one day. But we'll see if hopefully if I get enough free time, and obviously you need to have funds to travel. But yeah, I love traveling, and Asia would be definitely a nice place to visit. MM2 said hi. Hello, MM or millimeter. Tanya says hi. Hello, Tanya. Thank you for being with us. It's Akshay is with us once again. Great to see some old faces or familiar faces here. says hello, sir. Hello, Akshay. Thank you for joining us once again. Hope you're having a great Tuesday. England, Ireland, Scotland. Where is it? Asks V for Vendetta. It's good guesses, but no. It's we have nicer weather here. England, Ireland, and Scotland have more like rainy weather here. I don't know if you could see, but yeah, the sky is a bit cloudy today, but it's still nice and very hot. Think more southeast, like Balkan region of Europe. That is your next clue if you want to continue guessing. Um, and Green Hat says, I may be wrong, but I think you look like you're from Eastern Europe. There you go. So you are on the right track. Southeast, if that helps. But yeah, Eastern Europe does it. So good guess. I'm not sure what facial expressions or things are those that, show that we are from Eastern Europe. But it is interesting, and thank you for that good guess. And you could, if you can also tell people like what kind of facial feature or feature in general it is that led you to the correct conclusion, which I'm intrigued as well. V for Vendetta says, anyway, I'm from Jakarta, Indonesia. Awesome. Like, also one of the places that I would love to visit. I'd love to visit the whole world, basically, but nice, Jakarta. I'm thinking you're having a hotter weather than we are at the moment. But yeah, here it's like 34 degrees Celsius at the moment. James says, hi, hello, James. Thank you for being with us. Glad to have you in the chat. Thank you, by the way, folks, for the likes and for subscriptions. It helps me a lot. Where are you from, brother? Notification asks. So I can give one more clue. So Eastern Europe, Balkan region. This country does not have access to the sea, but before we did, like 30 years ago. There we go. V for Vendetta is getting very close. It's Akshay says, good to see you again. Likewise, my friend, great to see you. Whenever people ask me how I'm doing, I like to say hanging in there, like hair in a biscuit. That's from Justin. That's actually, I love that. V for Vendetta was very close. The message was retracted, so I'm not gonna say, but Green Hat has guessed it. Okay, and V for Vendetta was very, very close. We were bordering with those countries, but because the message was retracted, I guess you don't want me to read it, and then I won't say. But yeah, Serbia is the correct answer. Good job. And V for Vendetta guessed it as well, Bosnia, Serbia. So yes, Serbia is the correct answer. Akshay says, sir, are you from Serbia or something? And yes, Serbia is the correct answer. Good job there. Good guesses. And you folks know your geography, I have to say. So well done. If you want any kind of information about Serbia, I can give it to you, of course. But yay, I guessed it right. Green Hat is correct. Yay, thank you, sir, says Akshay. You are most welcome. Thank you for the fun game. You guys were really fast on this, so great job, really. And for Justin's comment, it's a creative way and to say it. And yeah, people usually just say, hey, how you doing? Same, you, or good, you, and yeah, move on. But like this, it provokes more conversation, which is something that I like. So cool. Do you have any good saying that you like to say? Asks Justin. V for Vendetta says, congrats, you get $1,000, or was that, no, $1 million. Yeah, that would be awesome if I could host a show where you guess and you win $1 million. Even heck, even if you won like 1,000, that'd be awesome. But $1 million, you could go places. You could travel the world, as we mentioned, or have an awesome house or help someone. So yeah, yeah, a million would get things going in a big way. Um, so yeah, do I have any sayings like that I say to people? Well, um, uh, I just have a few things that I like to joke around with my friends. But it's in Serbian. It's basically because it rhymes. People say um, hello, and they say like something like respect, which is poštovanje in Serbian. But anyway, they say hello, respect, too. And then the reply is usually nothing less to you as well. But my reply is always to my friends, of course, just less and less, like less and less respect as a joke. And people usually find it funny like that, and then we initiate a different conversation, but because of that. So yeah, having a saying that you use that is less than common is a good one, especially if it's catchy. Do you believe we should stop the all wars and all discriminations and live peacefully? Oh, yeah. Akshay, that's a wonderful sentiment and a great wish, and it would be awesome if we did that. Unfortunately, it's impossible, but hopefully we get to a place where it's just we move step by step and it's less and less. But yeah, we would benefit from having no wars and no discrimination, and living peacefully would be great. Creativity would go up, and yeah, happiness and all that. Um, I know two jokes about. Sorry, the chat is getting away from me, which is great because we're having an active chat and hopefully having fun. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but for real says, "Hey, bro, how are you? Thank you for asking. Doing pretty well. Hope you're having a great day. I just got home from work, and have some free time. So glad to spend it with you folks, chatting here and having fun. Just helps me get my mind off work and helps me reset. So I appreciate that greatly. Hope you're having a great day yourself, and hopefully this chat can help also. Green Hat says, I know two jokes about determining one's homeland. The concept of a Slavic face. Okay, um, there you go. So we'll continue with the green hats concept. But V for Vendetta says Serbia has so much history. A lot of people still carrying old wounds, but they are still pushing through. Yes, that's a huge subject. It is. It is true. Some people are carrying. Well, there's wounds from different eras in history, and yeah, it's some people still hold like grudges and stuff, and others remember the bad stuff, but they try and continue with the good stuff and try and have live like with no hatred, which is great. But yeah, some people hold on to hatred, and then that does not lead to anything good for anybody. Like even the person who has that hatred, because whatever happened in history is hurting themselves a lot as well. So it's good to remember what happened and everything, but it's also important to let hatred go and not have that guide you. So yeah, yeah, peace is always the better option. And we could talk a lot about that, but I don't want to bore you with a lot of details unless you folks, of course, want to go into that route. They also say that the basic skill of a Soviet person is to accurately determine a person's nationality by the last three letters of their last name. That is an excellent point. There's a lot of like Slavic last names that are very familiar, common, things like that. And in Serbia, a lot of last names end with each, um, like Neshovic, Jovanovic, each. It's always ending in ich, like famous Djokovic, Vidic. Those are easy ways to determine where someone's from. But excellent, you have a very good like system of guessing who's from where, or guessing someone's geography or nationality. Both works. So great job there. What's the cost of living there? Asks Justin. That's a great question. It depends, obviously, on like your lifestyle and things like that. But let's say if you're renting, and yeah, by the way, huge difference between living in the capital city and living almost anywhere else in Serbia. There is a loud train behind me. Sorry about that. But if you live in the capital city, let's say, if you rent an apartment, you're gonna need about 500 euros just to rent. So 400 euros maybe, something like that. And then you need about 200 euros for bills. And you might need, I'm not sure, for like food and stuff, but like 1,000 euros would not get you all the way. You would need 1,500 maybe to live like a comfortable life, not too comfortable, but comfortable. And depends, of course, if you live with someone and all that. But if you're living solo, you need like that 700 to get you through the bills, and then food depends. But yeah, you can find cheaper food in grocery stores and stuff. Sorry for yelling. The train is a big one, and it's pretty loud at the moment. But yeah, salary here is lower than that. Usually people don't have salaries that are over 1,100 or something. And so that's tough. But when two people live together and are earning for a living, then that's like $1,700 US, says Justin. Yes, so approximately like that. But if you're not renting, then it's much cheaper. Like if you go to a restaurant and you have food for two, you need about $50-$60 in a restaurant. But if you go grocery shopping, you can buy stuff, depends on what you're cooking and all that, but you can buy stuff for like $30 to have for even 2 meals. So much cheaper than US, for example, but much more expensive than some of the countries in the near area. And I can explain a little bit about the economy as well, but I'll first go through other comments. Let's see. When I talk to you, my internal curiosity appears, says Akshay. Awesome. I love this comment, and I'm happy that this video or this chat invokes that. I am curious about a lot of things myself, and I'm great that that these conversations can invoke curiosity in others, and I'm happy to let's say feed your curiosity, if that makes sense. And I'm glad that people are genuinely interested in a lot of different things. That's always a good thing. V for Vendetta says someday I guess you have to go outside and explore something interesting, going to the forest, museum, library, and something else. Yeah, definitely being outside is great. I love the outdoors, and I'm usually very active in that regard. I did a few videos with me, for example, there's a forest on the other side as well. And I went through that forest. I did maybe 1 or 2 lives. It didn't go that well because it was at a different time. but yeah, it's an interesting forest. There's some uh, even a few monuments in the forest, and it's a nice hike as well, and it's right in the city. So yeah, museums also, a lot of museums in the city, and lots of things to explore. So yeah, definitely being active, being outdoors, not being outside is good. This is a traditional ending of Slavic um, patronymics. Ich, yes, yes, that's right. Ich is very, very common. There's some that don't end in ich, but very common to have it end that way. Ottoman, what's that? LOL. Um, Ottoman is the like the Ottoman Empire. So the this whole area was under the Ottoman rule for a long time and for centuries. And that had a big influence on the culture here in Greece and other places as well. And then there was like an uprising, and no more of those Ottomans. That's like Turkey now. And but still, like in the culture and the language, you can still hear some of the Ottoman language or culture, like food and customs that are still remnants of that time. I believe someday you'll become a very interesting YouTube teacher. Full support, sir, says Akshay. Thank you very much. I don't know, like, we'll see where the channel goes, and I don't know if I would become like a, if I stay, if I would be a teacher or something else, but I'm definitely glad to be someone who can talk with folks and inspire some sort of curiosity and interest in anything, really. Ottoman is the surname of the royal family in Turkey, explains Green Hat. Yes, and the whole Ottoman Empire ruled the region, as I mentioned, for a very long time. There were some bad things that happened, obviously a lot, and then that's why people rebelled and all that. But the one good thing I could say about them is that they did not ruin some of the relics that we had from the past, and some like important sculptures and important places. They did not damage those. They kept them alive. That's why we have like a huge fortress here in Belgrade, in the capital city, which was untouched by the Ottomans, which is something to say, like, respect for that at least. Green Hat, you are very knowledgeable, says Akshay, and yes, indeed, Green Hat is quite knowledgeable. Is Serbia left or right wing? Asks Justin. Excellent question, Justin. It's difficult to say because right wing is definitely more prevalent in media, and more like it's louder. Although I would say if it was put to a vote, I would say the left would be the winning side, but the right is definitely louder, and it depends on, like, it's definitely different viewpoints of U.S. left and right, and the left and right in Serbia. There's like more nationalism in both options here than I think in the U.S. And it's it's divided, but the political situation is quite interesting. I could talk about it for hours, but it's basically we've had one party on here for over 10 years, and they don't want to quit. They don't want to have like normal elections, and then that whole process is quite tricky. I'll by the way, folks, I'm sorry, I'll have to end the stream in like 2 minutes, so I'll just go through the comments real quick. Yeah, whatever works, dude. Let's explore all kinds of historic sites and other hidden gems, as long as it's within budget, because I'm super pumped about this. Says V for Vendetta. It's awesome. I would love to make those kinds of videos. Hopefully I get a better phone with a better camera, and hopefully the videos get even better for you folks as well. And then yeah, we can have some live videos exploring and some other content like that that's not live, just edited, that could potentially be even more fun sometimes. You can just walk around and share a bunch of stories with us. This is going to be great for the viewers. I agree. Yeah, I'd love that. And I did do that once with that forest hike. And I would try to do that again. And hopefully, even if when it's live, it's more interactive. But even if it's not live, it's fun because people can see it later on. And yeah, Johnny Depp was granted citizenship in Serbia. Says Justin, yes, a lot of famous people have been granted citizenship of Serbia, and it's quite easy, I think, to get, especially if you are promoting the current government situation because they are quite populist, and so if you support them, you get citizenship, you get badge, and all kinds of stuff. I'd subscribe to you, mate, says V for Vendetta. Thank you very much for your subscription. It helps a lot and helps the channel grow. Hopefully, we will all grow together, and I we can achieve this together as well. The Russian, actually German, born in Poland, Empress Catherine at one time wanted to recapture Constantinople, Istanbul, now Istanbul, from the Ottomans, and imagined her grandson as an Orthodox emperor, says Green Hat. That's a lot of wisdom from Green Hat right there. And yeah, the Orthodox religion is prevalent in Serbia and Greece and a few other countries here as well. But yeah, anyway, folks, I'm sorry, I'll have to run because I'll be late otherwise. But thank you very much. This was a great chat to have with you folks, and that's all thanks to you. I'm very glad to have a talk with you all, and hopefully we'll continue these soon. I try and have these every day as much as possible when free time lets me and all the work. But yeah, hope to see you again, all sorry, guys, folks, ladies, soon, and hope to have a great conversation like this again. So thank you very much. Take care. Justin says bye, David. Thank you, Justin. Bye to you as well, and to everybody. And thank you for making this live what it was, or what it is. It was nice to be here, says Green Hat. I'm very, very glad to hear you say that. Thank you. Take care. Have a great rest of your day, and hopefully see you all soon.